guys, the folks at Margiela took notice and they sent me this incredible PR package. This is their new fragrance, which is called Never Ending Summer. A lot of citrus. This Italian spritz accord is in this fragrance. There's also orange, and I got some on my hands. It's so juicy, it's so lively. You also have this clean vetiver ingredient in the dry down. This PR package is wild. And so this is what it looks like on the front, and you can open it both ways, bottom and the top. I'm gonna open it from the bottom, and it has a little Polaroid on the inside, and it just looks amazing. So thank you so much, the folks over at Margiela. This is not a sponsored post. They're not paying me anything, but they did send this over to me, so I appreciate you so much. But I have purchased so many Margielas throughout the years. Soul of the Forest, which is now, I think, discontinued. And then, of course, there's also Jazz Club, Coffee Break by the Fireplace, Beach Walk. I have so many. I purchased a lot of Margiela fragrances. I paid my dues. This is a beautiful fragrance. And of course, with a name like Never Ending Summer, this is one that you can expect to be a fantastic summer fragrance. Anyway, I'm going to give you my thoughts on the smell in just a little while, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I give you my thoughts on the brand new fragrance by Maison Margiela, and I'm going to talk to you about the notes, the smell, longevity, performance, comparisons, all that good stuff. I want to start the video off first by saying that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, and of course, if you love smelling your best, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and give this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would really, really mean a lot to me. If you are a fan of, I know there's also Under the Lemon Tree, is that right? I know that's a great, bright, zesty, citrusy fragrance, of course, with a focus on lemon. This one, on the other hand, has the focus on orange. So this is an orange dominant fragrance, and for very good reason. I mean, I think this was missing in the brand's catalog. And of course, this is a beautiful, crisp, orangey, summer-ready fragrance. And it says here, inspired by the Amalfi Coast in the year 2022. The fragrance description, it's described as being refreshing, bright orange. And then the style description, it says memory in a fragrance. I think they all say the same thing. I have this one. Of course, there's also Afternoon Delight, which I picked up last year. Yeah. And that's also an amazing fragrance. If you're a fan of gourmands, that's one that you have to have. But this one, especially now that the weather is starting to get nice and warm, it's a beautiful fragrance to add to your fragrant arsenal. Nevertheless, I'm going to give you my thoughts on this brand new fragrance by Margiela in just a little bit. Let's take a quick look at the presentation first. So let's go ahead and smell this one, and I'm going to give you my thoughts. So it goes without saying, this is so bright and juicy and jubilant, and you have that natural smelling citrus in the opening. And here's the thing. I review a lot of perfumes, and for a lot of them, I say that the citrus can quite come across as nondescript in the sense that, yeah, you get this citric personality, but you can't necessarily pin it back to any one particular citrus note. In other words, I can't smell a certain fragrance and say, oh yeah, that's lemon, or that's orange, or that's grapefruit, or bergamot, or yuzu, or whatever. But in this fragrance, I smell it and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a heaping dose of orange. There's actually quite a bit of orange in here. And it's so tart, it's so zingy, it's so fresh and refreshing. And my God, if you're a fan of citrus perfumes, and I mean citrus done right, you have to try this fragrance. This is summertime in a bottle. And of course, that can be said about Beach Walk as well, if you're more into the suntan lotion vibe, because that's kind of what it smells like, that, you know, tropical floral coconut vibe, a little bit of salt. That's what you're going to get from Beach Walk. And of course, with a name like Beach Walk, do you expect anything else? But this fragrance, if you're looking for this clean, crisp, citrus-driven composition, it's phenomenal. The vetiver in the dry down also adds a clean vibe to the fragrance, and there are several varieties of vetiver. Like you have some that are very dry and soil laden. That's not what you're going to get here. You also have some like Tom Ford's Great Vetiver or Roja Parfum Vetiver or Guerlain's Vetiver, which come across like very like abrasive maybe, but like CEO vibes. No. This one is clean all the way through. So this is going to be a very fresh, clean type of a fragrance. Margiela did such an amazing job with this. And the color of the liquid is orangey. So I think that kind of gives it away. This is a beautiful fragrance. Now here's the thing. If you like some of the more expressive DNAs in the sense that you like some of the more dark leaning DNAs from the brand, yeah, I would say go with By the Fireplace. Myself personally, yeah, that's my favorite. I love By the Fireplace. It has that hint of smoke. It has this warm ambery backdrop. And then I also really love Coffee Break. And I love Jazz Club as well. I just think all of them are great. Autumn Vibes is one that I've recommended in the past, but I always tell people, get By the Fireplace or Jazz Club before you get Autumn Vibes, although that one is also great. But now for the summertime, #1 recommendation, hands down. I love the fact that Margiela has added this to their olfactive lineup. And once again, thank you so much to the folks over at Margiela, if you're even watching this. Thank you so much for sending me this PR package. I think it looks beautiful. So thank you for watching. Great citrus and vetiver fragrance with a nice dose of orange. Check it out if it sounds like something you'd be interested in. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, this is certainly a unique fragrance in the sense that for me personally, it stands out from everything else that the brand has put out. Myself personally, though, I would say I have smelled a lot of really citrusy fragrances. The one thing that this fragrance has going for it is the fact that it smells natural. I love that organic quality of the citrus in the opening. It's just so well done. And of course, in terms of the longevity, you can expect about 7 hours on skin. Projection for this one was well beyond an arm's length for like the first hour. It did become an elbow's length scent right around hour 4 or 5. It's all going to be contingent upon your skin chemistry. And it became a skin scent right around hour 7. In terms of the versatility, perfectly unisex. Like I said, the vetiver that's used in here, it's not harsh or abrasive. It's a very easygoing, clean, mass appealing vetiver variety. Perfectly unisex, great for the hotter weather. And I would say summertime, yeah, you can wear it in the spring as well. But for me, summertime, especially as far as the name goes, it's going to be perfect for that. And then I think this one is going to cater to any age range, to be honest with you. And this is more of a casual than a formal fragrance, I would say. And as far as the presentation goes, well, what am I rating here? The PR packaging or the regular packaging? Because I also have, I buy a lot of Margielas. I'm not joking. Here I have Jazz Club, By the Fireplace. I have 2 bottles of each. No, I have 3 bottles of By the Fireplace because I really love this stuff. I purchased so many Margielas throughout the years. It's not even funny, but the presentation for the standard boxes and also this PR box is absolutely brilliant. It's beautiful. Thank you again. My final verdict on this fragrance is it's a phenomenal summer fragrance. If you're looking for something that is citrus dominant, if you're a fan of the smell of orange, you want something clean, but also very casual, very laid back, very effortless, please check out Never Ending Summer by Maison Margiela. Hey, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you took something of value from today's episode. And of course, if you did, please do consider supporting the channel by clicking subscribe, hitting the bell, and giving this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would mean a lot to me. Thanks again for watching. I love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.